All right, let's talk about Bo Nix of the Denver Broncos, who I didn't think had a great game in this one. I don't think that's going to be too hot of a take. I mean, his numbers were he was 26 for 42 for 138 yards, no touchdowns, two picks. Did have a rushing touchdown, had a couple of nice runs, which we'll get into. There were some flashes that I'll talk about, but mostly this is going to be I think, a negative video. This was not a good day by him. It wasn't. Let's get into what I didn't like about it, but also what maybe he can improve upon. Which of these are rookie mistakes? Is there actually a reason for concern, or is he just a player playing in his first game, making the typical rookie mistakes you expect? Let's get into it. So this play is a zone coverage concept. You see the route on the screen, going to get sort of into a gap in coverage, hopefully over the middle. That's the way this play is designed to work. Nix is going to take the snap. He looks over in that direction, fires in that direction, and the play itself is looking good. I mean, this is open. This is good job by the Broncos. This is exactly how Sean Payton dials it up. I mean, these are the concepts you're hoping you can get if you're a Broncos fan. However, this throw is just off. And we can sit here and say situation and all that, but there were plays that there were good situations and Bo Nix just was missing the throws. And part of this might not necessarily just be a missed throw. It could be kind of communication things, because I did see that a little bit. Heading over to this next one, where what's going to happen is it's 5-3, quite the wild game here. That was one of the safeties that the Broncos had already on the board. But anyway, you see the concept: zone coverage, just trying to get into a gap in coverage once again on a 3rd and goal would really help out a lot to turn 3 points into 7 here. So Bo Nix takes the snap. He looks over right here, and again, you can see why he wants to make this throw. I mean, there is a chance if you time this up well, make a really accurate throw, this can work. But as you see, it almost looks like him and Courtland Sutton just aren't on the same page. It almost looks like he was expecting Sutton to stop. Sutton keeps running, and it just goes behind him. Just some weird throws like this, which I don't know exactly what to make of them. I'm not in the huddle. I can't say for sure. But either way, whether they're missed throws or miscommunications, these are things you got to clean up if you're going to make it work in this league. You have to make it work. And now let's go to the interceptions, neither of which were particularly good. I think this was the worst of the two, so let's get into it. Zone coverage concept, quarters coverage for the Seattle Seahawks. The Broncos will have a receiver more or less just run a route trying to push the safeties further deep, as they really want to work over the middle. That is the route that usually gets open on this play. If something gets open, they're going to fake a toss, which can hopefully get linebackers out of position. Bo Nix is going to, take the snap, fake the toss, roll out a little bit towards the bottom of the screen, and then looks over, and, linebackers did a good job, are not out of position. This play is clearly not open. This is not a decision that you can make. I don't really know why he decides to make this throw, because as you see, it doesn't work out at all. I mean, there was more Seattle players. It almost seemed like a Seattle player had to get out of the way to let a different one go and try to make the catch. That was a weirdly bad call by Bo Nix, and it cost him. So that was a bad decision. And, the other interception I think is a bit more forgivable. It's this one, where the way this is going to work is it's zone coverage. You see the route on your screen. This one, like the last one actually, on paper could work. However, when Nix takes the snap, he looks over and, fires kind of a bit blindly. And I think what happens here is he's just not used to NFL defensive backs being able to make up as much ground as they can. College defensive backs might not be able to get over here and might not be able to come in and make a play. But here, the safety is easily going to be able to get there. The safety's able to make the interception. Didn't help that it was not a very strong throw. Of course, this was intentional by Bo Nix, trying to set up the safety, which was a smart play by him. So, that worked out well. But obviously, no, not a very good job by by Bo Nix on this one. But as I mentioned, I wanted to talk some positives. Well, I think the overall day was not perfect. I do think you saw some flashes. I brought up the running game, and this is an example where it's, the way this play is going to work. 3rd down and 3, so, okay, definitely want to, get the first down here. You're not really in 4-down field positions, so if you don't get it, you're giving the ball away. It's zone coverage that Seattle is in. However, when Nix takes the snap, because of how a player dropped back into coverage towards the top of the screen, he's able to get outside the pocket, doing a good job of reading that, getting over there. He is a mobile player. And the other interesting thing is that Seattle player kind of stayed a little bit further deep because there was a Broncos player in his zone. So usually he's the one covering kind of the first down marker on that side of the field. But you see how he's a bit further away. So because of all of this, Bo Nix is going to scramble. He dives and picks up the first down. It's a bit of a weird play where it was, kind of dove head first. And, obviously, there's always that weird thing. I always felt like diving head first should just count as a dive, not a slide. That's always kind of been how I view it. But doesn't matter. The rule is the rule. This was a good play by Bo Nix. He also had the rushing touchdown later. So, the legs are definitely a part of what got him drafted in the first round. Definitely something he did well. And there was the occasional good play through the air as well. It's this one is a good example of it where it's, kind of late in the half, trying to get in field goal range. It's a 3rd down and 9 situation. You see the route in a one-on-one matchup right here. It's Josh Reynolds. He's the one who's going to be running this route. Well, okay, let's see how this works. Nix takes the snap. He is going to look in that direction and fires in that direction. And as of right here, it really is just, I think, a smart play by Bo Nix. He's throwing it behind Reynolds, and it's timed well enough that Reynolds is able to adjust and make the grab. I mean, definitely a good Josh Reynolds play, but also a good job by Bo Nix. So there were some flashes. That's definitely, I think, fair to say. So yeah, like I said, there were some positive takeaways. What are my overall thoughts on Bo Nix now? So I kind of gave my thoughts on the game itself. I didn't think was particularly good. If this was someone, if you signed a new quarterback and they came in and played this way, you'd be like, what? Why did we sign this guy, right? But that's not the case. He was a rookie playing in his first game. The rules are different. The expectations are different. I do think you saw him make some mistakes he just had to make. And while I think preseason can help you make some of the mistakes there, preseason can only do you so much. Like, you're only playing against so many starters. The starters are only trying so hard, right? Like, playing in a game, it is different. So some of these errors of not realizing there are certain throws that you can't make, you just kind of have to live with, being a rookie. Like, it is what it is. Definitely, I think you saw maybe one or two more than you would like in this scenario. I think, to me, the biggest concern, the biggest thing to have to fix is just kind of those like communication things, or the throws just being off, the timing being off. That's the stuff that you can fix. Again, a young quarterback thinking they can make a throw that they probably shouldn't make is like what you expect a young quarterback to do. The kind of timing and communication stuff is what you have to just get down. Running was good, and like I said, there were some good throws in there, so I'm certainly not like out on Bo Nix as a prospect. It would be crazy to say that after week 1 anyway, but even, with it, I think it was a disappointing week 1 performance. I think it was underwhelming, I guess is maybe the right word, but I do think there are some positives to, move forward with for Bo Nix. But yeah, those are my thoughts. What are yours? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from ya, and of course, as always, thanks for watching.